Okay, so first thing we usually do is kind of do updates and and then later after the updates and any questions, um, we can we're going to go over two things. We're going to go over the definition section of your final paper, which is no big deal really. But we're also going to go over the needs assessment, what a needs assessment is, and there's an assignment for the end of the semester, creating a needs assessment. So we're going to talk about that after we do updates. So um, let's see. So the first thing, it's a little bit ahead of time, but um, we're going to have regular class next Thursday, just like tonight. But on Halloween, I'm going to post a video. So it's just going to be asynchronous online for Halloween. My um, assistant chair said a lot of people are doing that, and it was fine. So I think everybody can watch a video of the lecture on Halloween. And in case you have kids, a lot of our students do have kids. And you youngsters, you might have something fun to do. I don't know. So that's the plan for Halloween. We'll just be online, asynchronous. I'll post a video lecture. Um, but let's look at um, our schedule. So we are already halfway through the semester. Um, so we're at week 7. Uh, Last week we talked about basics of statistical methods. Tonight we're going to talk about mixed method research. We're going to talk about the definition section of your paper, and we're going to talk about a needs assessment and the needs assessment assignment. Um, so I don't know how long that'll take, but the information is important because it's related to an assignment for your final week. So if we just, so we're in week 7 right now, and uh, we have, I might reverse these two, but it's just lectures. But on week 9, um, next week's week 8, week 9, ironically, that's Halloween. And so that's when lit review and draft are due. But here's the thing. I and we're going to go over the lit reviews together. And even if you are asynchronous, I'd like to make an appointment to go over your lit review with you in person so that I can just help you with it and we can kind of edit it, look through it, edit it so that you'll have a perfect paper at the end and you'll know what to add or change or restructure. So I know asynchronous people, it should be like completely online, but you know, I I think it's, you know, rather than just me putting a grade on your lit review, I think it's better if we kind of go over it and I let you fix anything that needs fixed. And I have plenty of office hours and I can also accommodate you at other times. So I'd rather take the time to do that and I'll make sure it fits your schedule so it won't inconvenience anybody. I know people have work and school and everything else, family. So we'll just try to fit in. It should only take about 30 minutes per lit review for you who are asynchronous. So, with week 9 being Halloween and me putting up a video, uh, I'm thinking we're just gonna start reviewing lit reviews week 10. So there you go. Bonus week. Um, and it shouldn't really affect us at all. Um, it just gives us 1 week less to review them, but I think we'll actually have more than enough time to review the literature reviews together and edit them together. Um, However, with that being said, uh, if you need help with your literature review before you hand it in, I'd be happy to set up an appointment with you or stay after class and, go over everything with you and see how you're doing and give you some helpful comments. Uh, just to make sure everybody's on the right track. I'd be happy to do that with you. Um, so yeah, so we can do that tonight, we can do it next week, or anytime in between. So let's see, just looking, so then we're going to have a few weeks of reviewing your literature reviews, editing them together. And I don't want to spend a lot of time editing grammar or, spelling or things like that. So do your best to get that right. And there's lots, even Word will help you with that now. And but the main things beyond those, so you'll pretty much know what you need to do on the lit review by the time we're done looking at them together. And that should be looking pretty good for your final paper. And that's half your paper, basically, because you start with the title page and go to the end of the lit review for that assignment. So, week 12. And I'm just kind of reviewing, since we're halfway through the semester, I just kind of want to give you an idea of what the second half of the semester will look like. So week 12, we're going to go over or come up with acronyms for your model. And, people don't realize how important acronyms really are. So, CPT, REBT, DBT. So many of the theories have acronyms, but those don't really, they're not fun acronyms. Like, I came up with an acronym for our new department, psychology, counseling, and art therapy, PsyCats. That's a cool acronym, and or at least fun. And so I think that we should try to come up with an acronym for your models that fits what you're trying to treat with your model. So we're going to be doing that, and we're going to be doing that together in class. But if you're asynchronous, you can come up with your own acronym. Week 13, we're going to do model design and discussion. So if you're synchronous or face-to-face, you get to share your model with the class, and we'll talk through it. We'll talk through your model, think about, okay, is there a better design to represent it, like a better flow chart, a better symbol, whatever it is. Maybe including something that was missed. So we'll kind of process that together, and hopefully students will just help each other out, and I'll put in my 2 cents. And if you're asynchronous, you'll turn it in and I'll make comments and help you out that way. So you're never without help, even if you're asynchronous. Um, the model is the creative part of this process. And it's due at the end. So we're already at week 13 when the model is due. So, there's not a lot of time left in the semester from that point on. It's really the last week 13, 14, and 15. That's it. Week 14, we have Thanksgiving break. So not only will we look at the model week 13, I'll give you instructions for creating your poster. And the reason we call it a poster is that we used to actually have those cardboard posters that everybody would stand up in front of the class and you'd talk about your poster, or sometimes we had an end of the semester dinner for the department for counselor ed, and we would have everybody in research share their posters at that dinner. And the good thing about the posters was that if any student wanted to present their model at like a conference at PCA, the poster was already done. So if you wanted to present a poster at a professional conference, the poster was already done. But we're going to go over instructions for that. You'll have Thanksgiving break and a week to finish that. And, but we're no longer using cardboard posters for that. We're just doing PowerPoint. And it's not a long PowerPoint presentation. It's more like each slide in the PowerPoint is a different square on a poster board. So it's not like an hour-long presentation in PowerPoint that you would have to do. You're really just creating the slides for a poster if you were going to print them out and put it on a poster. So, and you're really going to get all the information from your paper to do that. And then our very last night, week 15, we will have, if you're available, we'll have people kind of share their final project, maybe show their PowerPoint online or to the class. We don't have too many people that are synchronous, but if you're asynchronous, you're just going to hand everything in. So the one thing, so you're going to hand in your whole paper, and you're going to share some with the class if you're with us in Zoom or face-to-face. The other assignment that is due, and I never actually included this assignment before the new CACREP regulations. But the new regulations, the new standards, want us to include a project that you hand in that shows you understand what a needs assessment is. Honestly, I don't know. It's okay. I like my other assignments better. I like the paper and the PowerPoint and the model and all of that. Yeah, you do need to understand what a needs assessment is, but you do need to do this assignment now. I did not make up this assignment. It was already created. So we'll go over it, and it shouldn't be too painful, but it is work and it is the end of the semester and it's going to take some time. Now, everything's due the last day of class. So we do have finals week. So that doesn't mean you have an extra week to complete everything. It means that if I look at things and something is missing or incorrect, I'll let you fix it during finals week. I might not be able to read through absolutely everything uh in that short amount of time, but I can scan everything and see if anything is missing, and you can fix it during finals week. But please have everything done, the last day of class, week 15, when it's due. Because if you wait till finals week, you won't have any time to fix anything. My goal is for you to have everything complete and looking good so that you not only know the material, but you'll get an A. So that's the goal for everybody. All right, so that is our schedule. And any questions about what's going on the rest of the semester? All right, that's it. And how about online? Everybody good?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. All right.